place. And taking the win in the category 3/4, once again, please welcome Romulo Ruiz. Excellent job for our category 3/4. Hey, who's number 100 in that last race? Who's second? Second place in that last race, number 100. Where are you? Over here. What's your name? No, I'm right here. I'm right here. Right here. What's your name? I'd like to be able to start off in third place. Ruiz, back up onto the podium. Third place for you. Excellent ride out there. Officially upgraded. Ruiz Romulo in third. In second place, Ben Eichmann, head on up to the podium. Racing for Speed Studio. And your winner, number 112, racing for Team Enduro Racing. This is Nick Garcia. Hands up in the air, congratulations. It's 1, 2, and 3. Excellent race out there. As we traverse the entire southeast and over to Omaha, Nebraska. We've been in Minden, we've been in Granite, we've been in Spartanburg, we've been all over the place. This is the final race. It's going to be a big battle because we've got infusions from riders that have come down from Pronax last night in Charleston, West Virginia. We've got some additional firepower. We're going to call this the Mejias Invitational. Ronald Mejias from Fourth Race 2020. And there's a winner as well, the state student that has brought together with them from the other side of the equation. We'll be talking about her as well. Hey, I'd like to be able to bring up once again. Ruiz, are you still around? Ruiz, hop up on the podium in third once again. Hop up on third. Darling Santee, second place. Darling going up onto the podium. And like to be able to bring up once again Nick Garcia at 1, 2, and 3. Had a mistake in one of our previous podiums because we're doing 4 of them in a row. Here are your category 2-3. Welcome everyone to Winston-Salem, and this is Gears and Guitars. Getting ready to be able to tackle this 1.4 kilometer course. It's a figure 8 course, one of the most challenging races we have for race number 9 of the USACRITS series. This is going to be our final after 8 other races coming here on this 8-corner course. tackling the uphill, tackling the downhill, and it's the final 150 uphill finish that makes this race so challenging to see who will be crowned the 2025 champion of Gears and Guitars. Racing over, starting off in Sunny King, then going to Hapeville, then Noonan, then Athens, Spartanburg, LaGrange College Park, and then Omaha. That finally brings us here to Winston-Salem. D1 teams have been racing against each other, challenging as Kingdom Elite, currently sitting in the overall lead. The green jerseys of Team Flicker sitting in second, Legion of Los Angeles in third, and then Winston-Salem sitting in fourth. As the D1 teams continue to be able to battle not only for the team overall points, but also for the individual classifications. As we are getting ready for our call-ups for our rider introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our call-ups. Our first call-up, ladies and gentlemen, currently resides first overall in the USACRITS between Hapeville and Noonan. Please welcome out of Cuba for King of the League, She should be, yep, and the cap blue, leaders jersey, in the blue and the orange.
Riders, as we continue with our call-ups, I'd like to be able to do really quick. Does everybody have a transponder on their bike? As you guys are lined up, look down. Does anybody not have a transponder? Raise your hand. If you do not have a transponder, raise your hand. Moving on to rider introductions, I'd like to be able to pick up second overall, the young 21-year-old, coming off a third place at Omaha, riding for Team Flicker, Izzy Harden.
Also racing for King of the League. Please welcome multi-time national champion, Shannon Pope.
Continuing down our overall standings, sitting right now in fourth overall, Allie LaCroix with 1,567 points, fourth in our overall competition for Team Flicker, Allie LaCroix.
Currently residing in fifth overall this afternoon, hails from Colombia. She's racing for Bike Recycling Team. Please welcome Luisa Para.
This next rider, one of the fastest riders in the nation, riding for Virginia Blue Ridge. She won this race right here in 2023. Please welcome from Cuba, Marlies Mejias.
And her teammate will be joining her at the side as your 2024 winner, also racing for Virginia Blue Ridge, Sophia Ariola.
One of your hometown riders from right here in Winston-Salem, coming off wins at the Auburn Classic and Tiger Town. Please welcome Sierra Sims.
Our next call-ups, ladies and gentlemen. If your CMW have been for many years, ladies and gentlemen, have been commentating to C2 or Wee Little Lassies, we're going to call to the line twin sisters Emily and Catherine Shields. And we'd like to have the rest of the ladies to the line, please. And Frankie's going to be introducing at this time our national anthem.
I'd like to be able to call out to the middle of the street. Joey Reggio is just getting ready to be able to play the national anthem on the guitar. For those of you that can stand, please stand. Remove your hat as we honor our nation with our national anthem.
and wow, that was stunning.
Riders, as you're getting ready for your 60 minutes of racing, it's going to be 1 hour of racing. Free laps are over with 7 laps to go. No more free laps, 7 laps to go. The white tint is at the top of the hill on the right-hand side. That is where neutral service. Crash mechanical, any kind of problems, you go in there to be able to get your free lap. Your podium will be after the Pro Min, which we'll do here in the middle of the street as we're going to get ready for final confirmation. Checking with our Flow Automotive pace car. And once again, a big thank you to Carolina Pain Institute, Center for Clinical Research, and of course, Riazzi Ride and Swing Investment Group. We got a thumbs up, thank you very much, as riders are going to be getting ready. Flow Automotive ready to be able to start making their way up. Come on, Winston-Salem, let's cheer them out and make some noise. This is your Pro Women, as I go riders ready. 250 preem, 250 preem. 250 on the first lap, preem. So as we mentioned earlier, we're going to have one of our guest co-announcers, Shayna Powless, a 12-year professional, getting ready to be able to commentate also along with our pro women that are out. Of course, Shayna, have you ever done this race? Sorry. Picking up plastic things and things. Hold it up. So our pro women out on course right now, waiting for them to be able to come around. Shannon, you said only one time. Did you like doing the criteriums, the flat kind of criteriums, or having the ones that are challenging like this with the hill?
Still, we didn't get her. We're going to get her in. Shayna, you know, you're not getting paid by the talk, by the word. We'll bring Shayna in just a second. We're trying to switch over from the national anthem to this, and, you know, 2 takes isn't a big thing, bad thing. All right, so we'll get Shayna in here in just a second. First lap, Frankie's $250 compliments from our friends at Riazzi Ride and Swing.
Riders on the backstretch right now, making them down underneath the 2 overpasses that are there. They're going to have a left-hand turn, then a couple more left-hand turns, and then the uphill drag. Marlies Mejias won this in a group sprint a couple years ago. And then Sophia Ariola from Virginia Blue Ridge, she won from a breakaway. It was about 4 riders that had escaped and gone up the road. So this race is kind of played out in every different fashion possible. As right now, once again, money on the line. And it looks like Virginia Blue Ridge occupying that first and second position as they're getting ready to come up and complete lap number 1.
Who won every preem last year? Marlies Mejias. Who won the preem this time? I think that was Sophia that grabbed that. There. What's the artist? I couldn't see when they went by. Let's go! All right, we're getting close. So let's do one more check, 1, 2, 3, and I think we'll be good.
So talk about number 14 picking up that win, and that's Virginia Blue Ridge, Sophia Ariola. She was your winner here in 2024, so your returning champion coming back to try to defend her title. Give or take about 40 riders on the line. You see some riders from Legion of Los Angeles, Super Bars, National Local Cycling, Piedmont University, King Slickers, many of our D1 teams, including Kingdom Elite, who right now has the overall leader wearing that Jackaroo Leaders jersey. Ailina Quevedo, also from Cuba.
All right, guys, we're going to send Sophia. Sophia's racing. Shayna, over to you guys. Do a sound check real quick.
Cycling team, any of these runners coming out at Columbia. That's the first one they're stretching the field out. Well, the rest are doing a lot of work in every
All right, we're going to do a little tag team now. Shanna, you want to try that mic and see what's up?
Check, check.
Ah, there she is. All right, we've got Shayna Palace back. Frankie has talked about Shayna's career, 12-year career, and Frankie had asked you, you did not do this race before?
Only one time in 2019.
Oh, in
A long
2019?
time ago. Back when there was the road race also.
Oh, that's right. We did the UCI road race in downtown.
Yeah.
What did you think about the Craig? We did it on this course. No, actually, in 2019.
Yeah.
We did it on this course.
Yeah, it was the same course. One of the hardest courses I've ever done.
Really? Why is
in my
that?
opinion, it's just it's a leg snapper course with 6 turns and just really short little punchy climbs. I think that's the kind of courses that I like the most, but also are the hardest in my opinion. But yeah.
Like constantly spending little bullets here and there, accelerating out of the turns.
It's taxing, very taxing.
Yeah, that's what I told some of the juniors today. This is a taxing course because you're constantly doing like little intervals. All right, back to racing real quick as Shayna Palace and Frankie Andreu has joined me on Chad Andrews. And we're going to do a USACRITS overall championship is based on points. So, how do you get a point? Lead a lap. Check point. Mid-race and 5 laps in, we have point sprints as well. So we have sprints galore. Also preens, which are races inside of a race. There goes your Flow BMW pace car.
Yeah, we were teammates on the day.
Oh, that's right. So my guess is that Virginia Blue Ridge doesn't. They may know that there's really no crash on this, just points. So I'm curious if they go for it. But the points are important. We're like, Shannon and NC. Who are sitting really high up in the overall. So I'm curious to see how Virginia Blue Ridge decides to do it. And it's a tough pass, Shayna. Well, you don't have the mic, Frankie took it from me. But Frankie, trying to protect the overall sometimes can put you on your back foot and not be as aggressive. Let's see how Kingdom Elite does this.
Now, Virginia Blue Ridge doesn't really need these points, and so it's going to be the ones going for the overall with the USACRITS series. Pretty close competition. Alina Quevedo trying to be able to hold on to that lead, and I don't mean to be mean, but the last couple races she hasn't had exactly a great representation of her fitness. So, and this is a tough course, but Quevedo and Izzy Harden only have a difference, I think, of 9 points. That's barely anything when you're thinking about the points that are going to be awarded. I'm also going to be ringing the bell right now to be able to give up $100. So they're going to sprint this lap, and they're going to ring the bell for a preem. Ring the bell, make some noise.
Frankie, I just see
$100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, winner of the lap.
Man, Shannon Cope had to work hard for that. But Frankie, I think
Oh, there you go.
10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Shannon Coke picking up some points, and that's going to move her a little bit closer. Izzy Harden, we talked about, was only 9 points back. Coke now will move up, will move down to 17, so that is going to be a difference of 8 points. Top 3 riders all within 10 points of each other. As we're seeing Alina Quevedo, Izzy Harden, and Shannon Coke. And ring the bell. Whoever crosses that line first will pick up $100. One of our Piedmont racing riders struggling on the back, trying to get that left back onto there. Here's one of our riders that raced a little bit earlier, Grace Wilson, coming off of being sick. Had a cold for a long, you know, when you're sick like that, you're not able to ride and not able to train, and so that affected her. And so now trying to be able to get back into the racing scene, waiting for our riders to be able to come around and then make their way up. Once you get $100 on the line, looks like Virginia Blue Ridge on the front. Medias with the glance over the shoulder, she'll pick up the $100. That's the winner from 2023. $100 going to Liz Mejia.
Come on, you gotta dig it out, come on!
Introducing Full Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for full automotive customers. With Full Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Full Rewards points, download Full Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Full Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Full Garage app and start earning Full Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
riders right now, all grouped together, no breakaway. We saw that in the Category 2-3 race where it actually came down to a group sprint. That was the only race we've had all day where it was a group sprint. Kingdom Elite riding on the front. I think that's Jenna Nessman on the front right there, as they have a pretty good, strong team here. Samantha Clark guest riding for them. She was the winner of race number 1 in Sunny King. Gabrielle Dixon, Shannon Koch, Heidi Praderis, and then, sorry, it was Justine Thomas who's riding on the front right now. So got to watch out. Samantha Clark, very good rider on that purple jersey team. That team coming out of Florida. You can see the green jerseys on the far right-hand side. Team Flicker riding together. Erica Carney showing up again for one of our USA Crit races. She was in top 3 for a while and then ended up dropping down, but hardly, not because of not good results, but because not attending the other events and not gaining any points. So big opportunity here for many of our riders on the final race of this race number 9 of our USA Crit Series, right here at Gears and Guitars. All right, Shannon, we're going to throw you into the hot box real quick. You ready? You are a team that has the overall, and you've got 2 of your riders that are pretty high up. But you've also got a team here that is not effective in the overall because they haven't been coming to some of the races, Europe, or other obligations. If you're team director for Kingdom Elite, who's got the overall leader, but you've also got 2 riders that have won back-to-back here. If you're Kingdom Elite's team manager, how do you play it? You're like, hey, let's protect the overall, or do we want to go for the win and let the overall happen?
That's a great question. I mean, I think that there's more at stake in not going for the overall.
Your best odds are of keeping the overall. And are you okay with, say, a rider in the Tour de Feminine that never winning the stage but winning the overall, showing a little consistency? Is that kind of your path on this kind of thought process?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. I think just like with how my mindset personally works too. I mean, I think you want to have like the big picture around, especially like winning the overall is your goal. You're always in a great spot to do it. Right in front of you if possible. This is the final.
And you're doing coaching now after your career. What would you tell somebody like Eileen Quevedo, who, as Frankie talked about when I was coming back from my government-mandated break, when I came back, I heard Frankie say that Eileen has struggled on courses like this. She's in the overall lead. What, as a coach, did you say to her, say, hey, just chill out and mark the people that you want, or just go out there and let your mind free and reach your mind? What kind of coach would you say?
To the right!
And is fine as well. The big question comes with Lucy Hart, who is currently second overall. Said that Shannon Kobe is climbing closer and closer to her. So it's up to Team Flicker Athens to kind of protect this second place that Izzy is in. And now take second place. She's got to figure out how to take points away from Nina, which is hard. So I think the wild card is Team Green from
see how this is going to look here.
With our concussion training coming up after this lap. Remember, Brinkman's just racing inside the race, so you're looking for philosophies on
what a creed is. It essentially is a race inside a race. So we're going to ring the bell for $100 if they take that final turn. From the good friends at Flow Automotive. $100 cash free. And Easy Harden is now trying to split this race apart.
Yeah. 24.
First one
And I'm going to say, I'll be curious, Shana, to see what Izzy Harden has for Monis. She's on the top of the hoods. It's like she's not even breathing. It is so hard to beat her. Yeah. I mean, what's it like racing against somebody? I mean, we've all raced, or most of us race, and there's just somebody that your head's shaking. It's like, how do we beat her? She's strong in a breakaway. She looked like on that one, not to diminish her abilities or anybody else, but it looked like, as we just said, she didn't really have to really push hard to get that green. She did it last year, and she's trying to do it again this year. Yeah, this has been the Virginia Lewis Invitational the past couple of years. As the Hias and Ariola both have won in back-to-back years. Yes. I can see the team dynamic coming in too. It'd be nice to me. 2 years ago was Marcus Mejias. Last year was Sophia. So maybe they're going to try to go back to back to back and truly turn this in a student point here, Shana. Those of you who are joining us on the live stream, Chad Angels along with Frankie Andreu and Shana Paulus is here with our guest commentary. And this is a rider that we have really always kept tabs on. Jenny Aiken racing for SCAD, which is design school. I'm not sure if she's Savannah or no, she is Savannah. So SCAD is a design school that has great talent in cyclists.
great compete program and getting those that are very actively supporting races at USACRITS. Erica Carney. And Frank, I heard you pause. Erica Carney, because her name's Zoller for so many years, and I still catch myself saying Oller instead of Carney. Erica's never won this race. She said, I've been on the podium, but I've never won it. I mean, you take the fact away that she's got a full-time job and a kid and a husband who's unruly. It's amazing that she could be up here in the front. And I know Jamie's watching. He's probably going to send me a text and like, I'm not unruly. 6. So 30% of her training this week will be racing. That's a lot. Mid-race 3. Coming up. All right, we have switched the laps. And Shana, that's always going to tell us we've got a firm idea of how fast it's going to race it, and we feel confident, so our officials have switched over laps. Does something go off in your mind when it goes from, you have no idea how much time's left for laps, Shana, you're like, oh wait, the end is near. If you're really on the pin?
Yeah.
So Malik, first across the line for Golden State. No, he wasn't in. So you got Yeti also, Yeti Prideras, going differently. And this race is starting to bear its teeth. All right, so we're getting ready to do the mid-race here in a couple laps. Frankly, typically USACRITS races will find some youngsters or some adults to ring the bell. All right, Jay, you better get that photo of the bell ringing, buddy. Stat. All right, so we've got multiple bell ringers going on. This is a bell ringing bevy. So some important points are coming up here, Shana. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2, and Shannon gobbling them up. I think if Shannon wins this sprint, and it's hard to get any points, and Shannon jumps into second place with their teammate, Eileen Camino. Now that would do a lot of damage, I think, to Izzy's mindset. And Izzy is keen to it. She's moved up into third spot. All right, attention riders, mid-race sprint points. Mid-race sprint points as Criteriums is the first rider across the line. For Kingdom Elite, so now it comes down to Kingdom Elite and Flicker. I'll tell you what, Izzy Harden needs points in the most desperate way right now. And Shana, she's got to fight for position. She's getting tossed around by Virginia Blue Ridge, and she's getting tossed around by the team in purple and Kingdom Elite. She's got to start finding her legs and get some points here.
Yeah, and spying the live stream right now, I see Riley up there. So it looks like Jennifer Harrison's going to take his run. Then Shannon Coach clearly is trying to get Shannon to the second place overall. So this is the twist right here. You've got the sprinter leading out the front, Riley. And then Alina Cavado, who is the Zachary leader jersey, is in fourth wheel. Nope, stuck on the Lisa Martinez. Right. Yeah. So they're going to take that turn 4 and then into 5. This is probably right now.
Richie's on the radio chirping at him saying, ladies, a little bit quicker, a little bit faster as the team director's giving instructions. So Cavado looks like she's gone to the front. Your current USA, nope, that was Shetty again. Then Marias goes over the top. Nope, Cavado. Oh, Shannon Coke, Chad, eventually you'll get it right. And then right now it looks like Shayna, Izzy Harden is second wheel. Coke and Harden. So, Shayna, wait a minute, is that math? So Izzy is still in second because Shannon gets 10 and Izzy gets 7. And that's Frankie's math. I'm going to guess it's now 5 points between Kingdom Elite, Shannon Coke, and Flicker's Izzy Harden. Again, this is the last race. So good for Izzy to fight back. So it's tough. So if somebody who doesn't like this course, and it could be Izzy, it could be Alina Cavado, do you spend the bullets to fight for the front, or you just hold on, and hope to have it at the end? Hold on. Yeah, when the... Yeah, and that's a great point about saving your bullets and spend them when you need them. Al LaCraw now racing for, Erica Carney and I were talking about, hey, maybe we should get an all-moms team, because there's some great teams. You got Al LaCraw, you got Erica, you've got Corinne Rivera, who, of course, now is LeBecky getting ready to have a baby, so she did the national championships last night. It's going to be a pretty stout team of mom racers. Get like a, I don't know, great sponsor. I think it's a cool idea.
I don't think I've ever seen a mom, like a podium mom.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. I think we need more of those in the US.
Yeah, we put it out on the internet, so let it happen.
Speaking to do it.
Speaking into existence, that's right. Yeti back on the front, followed by the crawl, followed by, and we've talked about it. I think the hard work right now. Once again, Yeti Elkin in that yellow jersey riding on the front. Super strong rider earlier this year before Sunny King, which was race number 1 in the USACRITS series. She had won every single collegiate race that she went to. Ended up having a good ride at Sunny King as well. So Shannon Coke and Izzy Harden right now, they're battling it out with Alina Quevedo. Alina Quevedo in that Jack Rue leaders jersey, currently now sitting, I think, only 10 points in front of Izzy Harden. And Shannon Coke only 10 points back from Izzy. So it's all close. Our top 3 riders are all within 20 points of each other. Riders right now all together, got to be able to watch out. So what you want to look for, who has a chance to be able to win this thing overall, is Shannon Coke, Kingdom Elite. She is riding with number 4 on her back. Yeti Aiken still riding on the front right there in that yellow jersey. Sometimes that's the safest position. You might be doing a little bit extra work, but you're not doing any extra work when you're on the downhill. You can pick your line, you can coast, keep all the momentum in the world, which is very important when you're coming on this uphill. Right under the seat, 12 laps to go as I'm ringing the bell. $200 preem! $200 preem! $200 preem! $200 preem! Winning the lap, $200 preem! 12 laps to go for our pro women as they're making their way around. It's the final race, number 9, here in Winston-Salem as we get ready to wrap up our overall for the USACRITS Series. So on the front still. Just keep yourself out of trouble, I guess. Maybe you feel pretty confident, but I gotta say, pretty amazing. Yeah, Elkin in that yellow jersey not coming off the front, just riding a pace that she's comfortable with. Shannon Cook looks like she's struggling a little bit on the back. She definitely wants to be able to move up. Riding in the back sometimes 10 times harder than riding in the front. You'll see the riders in front being able to coast coming into some of the turns. And when you're sitting in the back, you have to continually put out power. As of right now, Virginia Blue Ridge starting to be able to make their way up. They've got such similar jerseys, Legion of Los Angeles and Virginia Blue Ridge. It's like dark blue and dark blue. Sometimes pretty hard to be able to separate them, to be able to tell themselves apart. As Kingdom Elite in the purple jersey starting to be able to move up. Second and third, thinking about the money. Marlies Mejia getting herself in position. And Shady, you talked about it. Riley McMullen, Sophia Ariel, and Marlies Mejia. They have the most sprinters, and if that's the case, don't you think the other runners want to break away? Yeah, the risk of keeping them all together, though, is that they're going to get top 3. They can round out the entire podium with Virginia Blue Ridge, so at least take a chance to get yourself off the road. $200 on the line, cheer on! 11 laps to go, 11 to go. Mejia's picking up another one. 11 laps to go, 11 laps to go.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app and start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Surf's up, y'all. Get ready for splashes and crashes as I try to ride tasty waves with pro surfer Cassie Metter.
Surfing is about being in communication with the ocean.
I saw a sidewall.
Did you use one of these bike wheels to replace your flat trailer tire?
It's all for science.
It is an unreal feeling to get lifted up by 4 of these rollers. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that rider we've been talking about was Shannon Cope. Strong rider picking up that win in Omaha by going solo. Also won in LaGrange by going solo. Elena Quaveda picked up a win earlier this year in Noonan and in Hapeville. That was back-to-back wins. That's what put her into that Jack Rue Leaders jersey. That's that multicolored jersey that the Cuban rider is wearing. Elena Quaveda, if you're looking out for her, is wearing number 1. So that should be pretty easy to be able to spot. Green jersey, the Flicker, now riding on the front, trying to be able to keep Izzy Harden in a good position. Only 10 places back from first place, sitting second overall. Yeah, number 4, Shannon Koch is that rider that's currently sitting in third, trying to be able to move up the standings. A tall rider, multi-time Masters national champion. Very strong rider, as riders are going to be seeing 10 laps to go when they, or actually it's going to be 9 laps to go when they come around, I believe. Previous winners here, Sofia Arreola, we talked about winning in 2024. Marlies Mejias winning here in 2023. Both of them are returning to try to be able to see what they can do. Skylar Schneider was the winner in 2022. She's over racing in Europe. And then we had Erica Clevenger winning on day number 1. And then it was Maggie Coles-Lister winning on day number 2. Riders are coming up the hill. 9 laps to go, riders. 9 to go, 9 to go. That's Shannon Koch on the front, trying to be able to take over that overall lead. Battle between teammates. Both riders sitting first and third in the overall standings. As you can see, Shannon Koch, Sofia Arreola. Those are the riders that came across the line that lap, seeing 9 to go.
All right, Frankie's getting gracious with Riyazi Ryan and Swaim cash money. He's going to be throwing up. Is he going to get Eli to do it? No, he's not. All right, so the battle is now clear. You've got multiple objectives, just like the Tour de France. You've got riders that want to win a stage, and you've got riders that want to win the overall. Quevedo and Koch and Harden want the overall, and, well, everybody else wants to win. There goes your Flow BMW. Looks like out of the crawl, maybe nope. That's Izzy. Izzy flying to the front. Followed by Areola. All right, a Cash Preem. Riyazi, Ryan, and Swaim. Cash Preem on the next lap. Cash Preem. And Shayna, you brought up, you were like, wow, Chad, where did everybody go? You can probably tell us a little bit better how this course disappears riders. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Marlis Mejias is going to go for this cash. Hey, look, her kid needs new shoes. Frankie, who you got? Who you got? Who you got? You going to go against me? Yeah. And there they are right there, 14 and 16, going to the front. I don't know. I don't think so. All right, so let's talk about Riley. She can sprint. She gets the money. Frankie, what happens to all this money that the team is getting? Do they, like, keep it and they keep the money and they put it in their own pocket as teammates?
As we're going to be seeing 6 laps to go. Ryder, 6 laps to go, 6 to go.
And you notice that any time that Izzy Harden sneezes, somebody there from Kingdom Elite is there to give her a tissue. It is going to be purple on top of green, and the wild card is going to be the team in Virginia's Blue Ridge. Of course, Erica Carney, she's also a wild card. We talked about Riley, who is also racing for Virginia's Blue Ridge. So we've got several different dynamics going on here. And Yeti Praderas looks like she's trying to go away with somebody from Virginia Blue Ridge. Shayna?
That would be Sophia Ariola.
The diminutive powerhouse that has won last year. Yeti is like, well, what do I do here? Do I work for my teammate or try to get a win? And Yeti has pulled the plug, said, nope, not today, and Riley has brought it back.
She
It looks like Team Winston-Salem's gone to the front. That looks like the tall figure of Sierra Sims. Followed by the diminutive powerhouse in Areola. And third is Yeti.
We're doing a point sprint. Ringing the bell. Point sprint. Point sprint. 5 places deep. Point sprint.
Oh, and this is going to be a tough lap for Shannon Koch and Izzy Harden.
Izzy Harden only 18 points back. Shannon Koch kind of about the same, about 1 point back for Izzy Harden, 19 for Shannon Koch, trying to be able to move up. Big points at the finish, though. That's what they got to be able to weigh. How much effort do you put in to be able to pick up 10 points compared to 200 points at the end? It's only 10 points difference between all the places. 200, 190, 180, 170. So Shayna, how do you balance that out? Like how much effort do you put into towards trying to get this point sprint compared to trying to save your legs and rest up for that final sprint and the chance to be crowned the 2025 champion?
I mean, there's definitely multiple ways. There's definitely different ways they can tackle that. Honestly, I think it honestly depends if they want to prioritize, trying to go a little bit earlier to get those sprint points, a little bit of safety net, but there are a lot of points on the line for the finish as well. They could go either way.
Pay attention to those green jerseys. Pay attention to the purple jerseys. They're the ones that need those points. Virginia Blue Ridge hasn't participated in many of the USACRITS Series races. Rest of these riders, D1 team points up for grabs and individual points up for grabs. On the front right there, that's Samantha Clark. That guest rider coming in as Ali LaCroix, I think, flies around on the inside. No, it might be the inside. Quevedo needs to be able to pick up points. She's sitting in second position. Your overall leader right now, trying to be able to make her way forward. Getting pinched. Quevedo picking up 10 points. Your overall leader with Izzy Harden in second and 7th. So Quevedo finding the legs at the last moment when she needed it most.
Frankie, that was the moment where Quevedo was like, all right, Frankie and Chad, all that woofing and talking about how I've kind of had a downturn at the end. That right there could have secured the overall for Quevedo. Uh-oh, Frankie's having to do hot math. I think the overall stays the same. It's Quevedo, Koch, and Quevedo, Izzy Harden, and Shannon Koch. But again, as Frankie said, and Shayna, it is so close right now. The only thing I think that could keep Quevedo, and I don't want to bring in devil's work here, but if she has an accident or a crash in the last 5 laps, she would need to finish within a couple of Izzy Harden and Green to keep the overall. And it's 10 points, a staggered system. So first gets 200, then 190, then 180. Well, Shayna, if you look at the shape of that peloton, what screams to you a finish? A breakaway or a field sprint? Three to go. Yeti Pradaris now up in the front trying to push the pace for her teammates, Quevedo. And she is a perfect lieutenant today. Got to give it to Yeti Pradaris. Heidi Praderis for just working her tail end off to try to keep Quevedo and Coke out of trouble.
As we're coming around, we're going to be seeing 2 laps to go. Watch for similar colored jerseys coming forward to be able to help each other.
Well done, Frankie.
I think they're going to wait until maybe even the last lap. Virginia Blue Ridge, all going to be riding right next together. All 3 of the blue jerseys will be helping each other out. Watch out for the purple jerseys all getting around each other also. They're going to try to keep the pace high to prevent anyone from attacking as Virginia Blue Ridge wants it to come down to a field sprint. They feel they have the fastest sprinter, the Shannon Coke, that multi-time Masters national champion, coming out of Delaware, Florida, finds herself on the front.
Now, Frankie, we need to see the team in green starting to surround Izzy Harden. So we need green teammates up there around Izzy to protect her. As Frankie said, we've got Kingdom Elite. We've got the purple team in Kingdom Elite, the dark blue in Virginia's Blue Ridge, and then the team in green in Team Flicker. Again, everybody wants to win, but now it's coming down to a little bit of nerves, Shayna, for your overall leaders in Izzy Harden, Shannon Coke, and Ilena Quevedo. And, of course, Shannon says that, and we got 2 riders trying to get clear.
Looks like Sophia again off the front.
Yep, and then... All right, Shayna and Frankie and everybody here, we're going to do a Gambler Preem. $250 Gambler Preem. $250 cash Preem. A Gambler Preem, Shayna, is devil's work. It is, we're going to throw out $250, and whoever wins it gets the money, but the chances of winning the race after sprinting for the gambler are what? I've seen it maybe 3 times in my entire career.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely it is a gamble. I mean, there's a high risk, high reward. You know, if I were somebody maybe not on, you know, a super strong sprinting team like 2028, maybe I would be the one to go for the gamble spring and go the 250.
And I got a sneaky suspicion that somebody from Virginia's Blue Ridge, because they've got it lined up. You've got Riley first, Sophia second, and it looks like tack in the third would be Marlis Mejias. You got Para sliding up for Bikers on the left-hand side, and Yeti for Scat is first rider into the turn, and they are really backed off. Boy, they are going at pedestrian right now. Everybody's looking at each other like, who's going to make the move? Are you nervous when you see this?
Yeah, my heart rate's going up just by watching this because I feel like we're just all waiting for the move to go. It looks like they're waiting for something to happen, you know.
Yeah, you want speed here. The faster, the safer. And now it's starting to pick up. And we're going to get the bell with 1 to go, and they come back around. I have a suspicion that Virginia's Blue Ridge, they've got it lined up first, second, and third right now. Actually, no. Is that right? No, it looks like first and second. All right, 1 to go. 1 to go, 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 1 to go. And as we talked about it, Riley McMullen gets the money, and now she's just going to go to work. Looked like Laurel Ratburn was starting to stick her nose up in there for Legion. All right, so Frankie and Shayna, they've got it lined up. Virginia's Blue Ridge is the 3-headed monster at the front. Tell you what, Shayna and Frankie, they have got to right now overtake the dominance that Virginia Blue Ridge is showing at the front.
Yeah, Virginia Blue Ridge with the previous 2 winners from the last 2 years. And we talked about a lot of coasting going on. This is where accidents can happen. There's no more free laps. Riders are going to try to shove into positions that aren't there, trying to be able to open up gaps. A bumping of elbows and a pushing of shoulders. Trying to be able to stay in the front. The purple jersey, the Kingdom Elite, have to get organized. They need to have Alina Quevedo finish probably in the first 2 or 3 if she wants to be able to win the overall the USACRITS series.
Out of the crawl now for Team Flicker is on the front, trying to set a position for Izzy Harden. Boy, this is going to be a scrum at the end of this. Nobody has control right now, Frankie.
Riders coming in with only 3 turns left after 9 races and traveling around the southeast. It's all coming down to the final here in Winston-Salem.
And look at
Blue Ridge on the front trying to be able to lead him out. Laura Rathburn has moved up in that 2nd position.
Carney.
Izzy Harden sitting in 3rd.
All right, they come out of turn 4. Here comes the jump out of the turn. Can Rathburn come around? And no, it is going to be all blue. Marlise Mejias Garcia. The invitational continues for Virginia's Blue Ridge. Marlise Mejias Garcia. 2-time winner here.
So unofficially, Marlise Mejias picking up 1st place. Your winner in 2023, coming back and winning in 2025. Legion of Los Angeles, Laurel Rathburn. No teammates, but managed to be able to pull off a 2nd place. Erica Carney unofficially in 3rd.
Uh-oh, where is Quevedo? Oh, so Alina Quevedo right there with that young person effort is more than likely going to go into the top spot and maintain. Here's your top 7 unofficially. Mejias Garcia, your win. Rathbun in 2nd. Carney in 3rd. Koch in 4th. Harden in 5th. Quevedo in 6th. Riley McMullen in 7th. Yeti Aiken in 8th. Sophia Areola with the lead out in 9th. And Sam Clark in 10th. Well, 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 here we are. We're going to come around to this side. We're going to call it the Invitational. Did you guys enjoy yourself today? I mean, you guys clearly really enjoy this course. Tell us a little bit about, what is it about this course for Virginia Blue Ridge?
Es un curso súper emocionante para nosotros. Nos gusta venir siempre a ganar y se nos dio hoy también.
It's a very fun course for us. We really love coming here and supporting this race. It's really close to home, to Roanoke, Virginia, so we love coming here.
And tell us about, we're going to change the name of it to Marlise Mejias Invitational. Is that okay with you?
Marlise Mejias Invitacional.
Sí, me parece bien.
Más o menos, no? Well, ladies and gentlemen, for Virginia's Blue Ridge and your champion today, Marlis Mejias Garcia. Man, the invitation is clear. Virginia Blue Ridge having another great race.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app and start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Presented by Capital One REI.
Could you use one of these bike wheels to replace your flat trailer tire?
It's all for science.
There's an unreal feeling to get lifted up by 4 of these blowers. That is pretty cool.
All right, we're going to do something special here. It's kind of a rare occasion as Andy Scarano goes by, and our foundation, boy, that team has really bounced back. Sebastian Alexander, their team director, the team out of New York City, but has a bunch of Latin riders on it. They have really, really had a great second half to their season. The guys out of, I don't know, Winston-Salem are here. Team Winston-Salem, of course, they're looking to have a good race today. They have a lot of talented riders there. Hey, ladies, if you would turn in your chips, please, after the race, we'd appreciate it.
Our next race coming up, the Pro Men, as we're getting ready, probably going to have about 55 riders on the line, so it's a massive turnout. And once again, it's our USACRITS final right here, part of Gears and Guitars. It's going to be race number 9, as these riders are trying to be able to tackle. Trying to be able to see if they can unseat Lucas Burgoyne, who's our current overall leader. Lots of racing still to go, and one of the toughest courses here at the USACRITS Series is Gears and Guitars here in Winston-Salem.
All right, here they come. We're going to do a quick interview. Well, maybe not with Lucas because he's doing intervals. Here he comes. All right, so this is the special thing we were talking about. This is rare for us to do it, but I figured why not? Lucas just got out of the Star Trek movie, and Luke Fetzer, hey, guys, you're wearing a different jersey and you're on the same team, and these colors are not green and black. Why in the world are you two wearing jerseys that look like you came out of like a Captain Marvel movie? First, we'll start with the youngster in Fetzer. Tell us a little bit about why you're wearing this jersey.
Well, we just drove 7 hours all the way from Charleston, West Virginia to be here. We just came from the USA Criterium National Championships for our respective division. I won the under 23 age group, and Lucas, to my left, won the professional Criterium National Championships.
Which he happened to be my pick, but I'm not going to say that out loud. So Luke is your U23 national champion. That means under 23. And then turn around the next night and his teammate, and Lucas Burgoyne gets the W. And all right, so you're the overall leader in USACRITS. You just got a national championship. Do you have a baby or anything else? Any big other news that we need to know about over the past couple weeks?
I am so happy to be here. We are so fortunate. We are blessed, and yeah, right now we just got Aura on our side, so we're going to ride off some vibes. We got about 3 hours of sleep. We'll see where we end up, but this course looks absolutely incredible. It's all left-hand turns, which your boy loves. Love me some left-hand turns. I think tonight's going to be a beautiful night. We're going to put on a show, so get ready, get loud, and stick your hands out. We want to slap some hands along the barriers as we go by. So.
Yeah, we'll get them to make some noise. Lucas, last question before I let you do your warm-up. You're young, obviously still young, but tell us a little bit about this energy that you told me. It's like, Chad, Frankie, this is what we're going to do this week. We're going to go national championships in Charleston, West Virginia. Then we're going to drive to Winston-Salem. Then we're going to drive to Easton. And then we're going to drive to Somerville. So I don't want to hear anything about lack of sleep. I just want to see performance from you and the guys. How about it?
Hey, we came here to win, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So sleep, no sleep, let's make it happen, and let's have a great time. We're so fortunate to be here, and we're glad every one of you came out to cheer us on, and those cheers are what are going to get us through tonight. So we're going to put on a show, and let's have one hell of a time. Yeah.
All right, so unfortunately we're going to have to, not unfortunately, but we're going to take this jersey off, and he's going to be in the Jack Rue overall leader jersey, and Luke is just going to be in green and black. So there we go. That's the two. Congratulations, teammates. They've been working hard together all year, And to see those two knuckleheads get the national championship was a feather in the cap of Team Cadence. Well, we got some stories to talk about Danny Summerhill. We're going to call him Superman, man. That guy is beaten up beyond belief, but we'll be talking about him here in just a second. Good convo with him from Legion, and our riders are now lined up. This is it, last race of the USACRITS series. Chad Andrews, along with Frankie Andreu. Shayna Paulus is going to be joining us as well. And so we're going to take a couple-second break and let you guys enjoy your festivities here at Gears and Guitars.
First call to staging for our pro men. First call to staging for our pro men. Head on into our staging areas. We're getting ready for 70 minutes of racing for the final race of the USACRITS race. Once again, first call to staging for our pro men. Going all the way back to April, starting with race number 1 at Sunny King. That was in Anniston, Alabama. Race number 2 of the USACRITS series took us to Hapeville, Georgia, then Newnan, Georgia, then one of the biggest races in all of America, the Athens Twilight Criterium. Then we went to Spartanburg, South Carolina. Going back to LaGrange, Georgia, College Park, Georgia, right near the airport near Atlanta. Then we went all the way to Omaha, Nebraska. That was just last week. And now for our final race, coming here to Winston-Salem, going into the 16th year of the USACRITS series as we continue with the Gears and Guitars on our final race of the weekend. This is our pro men getting ready to battle it out for 75 minutes. We'll talk about some of our previous winners, and we'll have our rider introductions of some of the top athletes in this race coming from around the world, not just in the nation, a very international field, as they're getting ready to battle it out to see who will become your 2025 Gears and Guitars champion.
minute and 30 until our opening ceremonies in our men's elite race. Again, this is it. This is your last ticket to paradise. The finals are here. Is it going to be Burgoyne or somebody else?
Every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app and start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
It's all for science.
There's an unreal feeling to get lifted up by 4 of these blowers. That is pretty cool.
Welcome everyone to Gears and Guitars, and this is going to be race number 9 of the USACRITS series, as our D1 teams continue to be able to battle for the overall points along with our individual classification. Going all the way back to April. Right now, your current leaders, Team Cadence Cycling, coming out of Texas, as they are our current D1 leaders. Biker Cycling Team, their team that's registered out of Puerto Rico, but with the mini Colombians on the team, sitting in second place. Then it's CRCA Foundation sitting in third. That's the team in the red and white. They're coming out of New York. Team Flicker, the green jerseys, coming out of Athens, Georgia, currently sitting in fourth. Coming out of Florida, the purple jerseys of Kingdom Elite Racing. Sixth place, Legion of Los Angeles, and currently sitting seventh with a big opportunity to move up. It is Team Winston-Salem. Some of our local favorites that we talked about, some of the best riders from around the nation and the world coming here to be able to tackle. So let's kick things off with our rider introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Winston-Salem. Gears and Guitars and Winston-Salem Cycling Classic. Final stop is here in the dash. Our first call-up, ladies and gentlemen, he won at Sunny King. He won at Hateville. He's currently first overall USACRITS, and as of 15 hours ago, well, maybe a little bit more, he donned the U.S. Professional Championship jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, for Cadence Cyclery, and riding in your Jack Rue overall leader's jersey, Lucas Burgoyne. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, he is also racing for Team Cadence. Winner of Speed Week, currently sitting in second overall for Cadence Cyclery, normally in the green and black, but today he's in the national champion jersey for U23, Luke Fetzer. He's currently sitting in third overall. Really starting to pour it on at the end of the USACRITS Championship Series. For Biker Cycling Team, please welcome Jaime Castaneda. The next rider was fourth at Noonan. If we don't say his name at least 20 times, something is wrong, because this guy will for sure be trying to turn on the speed. Racing for Speed Studio, please welcome Mike Garrison. Is Mike here? Maybe not. All right. Well, that eliminates him. With a massive win for Foundation. Coming with Team Foundation. Lap the field at Athens. Please welcome Clever Martinez. Rudolph, with your nose so bright. You can always pick him out because of the red blinky light. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, he's out of Smyrna, Georgia. The 21-year-old was third at Sewanee, racing for Flicker, Preston I. What a great race by Team Foundation to lead out this rider last week in Omaha. For Foundation, please welcome Marcos Mendez. He won at Sewanee, and another one of more of aggressive riders in our race. For Legion of Los Angeles, please welcome Danny Summerhill. He was second at Athens when he lapped the field with Clever Martinez, sixth in Spartanburg, fourth in College Park, and oh, by the way, he races for Team Winston-Salem. Welcome, Will Hardin. Up next, racing for Kingdom Elite, coming off an injury earlier this year, and one of the most dominant riders in the nation. From Colombia, please welcome Kingdom Elite's Brian Gomez. And your 24 and 22 winner, Alfredo Rodriguez, but I don't think Fredo's here. Nope, Alfredo? Didn't think so. All right, guys, please work your way around. Be careful. And to the line.
Riders like to give you some final instructions as you're getting ready for your race. Free laps are over with 7 laps to go. Riders, no more free laps, 7 laps to go. Just in front of you, the top of the hill on the right-hand side, that white tent, that is where neutral service. Crash, have a flat tire or mechanical, go into the white tent up there, be able to take your free lap, and then be able to come out and race for victory alongside everybody else. Once again, 3 laps are over with 7 laps to go. Riders out of contention, you will be pulled. Keep that in mind. Hey, I want to do one last quick check. Everybody look down at your bike. Does everybody have a transponder on their bike? If anybody does not, raise your hand. Looking for the transponders? Everybody's good with the transponders?
Clearly.
Another item of note is immediately after your race, and this is important, I need top 3 to return here for your podium. Immediately after the race, top 3 for the podium. Looking for our chief referee. Oh, he's up there talking with the vehicle. We'll give you guys a little bit of a countdown when it's time. Just waiting for final confirmation from our officials that we're going to be getting things ready to go. As you guys are getting ready for your race, it's our pro men here at race number 9. 75 minutes of racing.
Want to thank our good friends at Carolina's Paint Institute, Flo and Riazi, Ryan, and Swaim. Looks like Brent's ready to go. Hey, I don't know, Winston-Salem, are you guys ready? Frankie, that was marginal. We've got the Chief here. He's going to do our rider start. So, Chief, whenever you're ready. Timers, are you ready? Live streamer ready. Officials, are we ready? All right, up to Chief right now to give you guys the go. Whenever you're ready, Chief.
All right, riders, good luck. On my count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're hired. Preem on the first lap, Preem. Preem on the first lap.
$250 Preem, $250 Preem. Chief Payne, excellent job, thank you very much.
Hey, Frankie, I think we got to hire this guy for, like, all the races. Like, all the officials over there. That's a proper countdown right there. Thank you, Chief. And we're going to, in a couple laps, we'll bring Shayna back in. She's on her government-mandated break. So the Chief did us right with a great countdown.
All right, things are underway right now. It's going to be strung out. Watch the shape of the field. That's something to be able to keep an eye on. If it is strung out, that means they're going fast, and it looks like immediately Winston-Salem on the attack, trying to be able to break this apart. It's either Jaime Castaneda or one of our biker cycling team that's sitting in second position following him. Might be Jordan Parra, as it's been reeled back in. Preston I doing a good job. The young 21-year-old in the green jersey sitting in third, and then there's 2 riders from that New York team. You see the rider with the GoPro on top of his helmet? That is Clever Martinez. Wait for him to be able to come around. He's your winner of the Athens Twilight Criterium. That was one of our earlier USACRITS races.
Come on, William.
So we're keeping an eye on how fast they're going to do lap number 1, because remember, $250 on the line. Riders getting ready to be able to come up once again. Foundation, Marcos Mendez on the inside. That's Mendez. The Argentinian rider in the red and white trying to be able to pick up the money. Marcos Mendez on the attack trying to be able to take the money. And it's Mendez picking up $250. Now here comes the counterattack from Blazers.
Let's go, Brody!
So we talked about the riders racing for 75 minutes, and what they do is they're gonna race for about 20 minutes to a half hour. Referees will calculate how long it's taking them, and then we'll switch over to lap cards. And then they'll finish at about 75-minute mark. So lap cards will come up, they'll know exactly how long it is to go, but in the end, it will end up being their allotted amount of time. Big group out there, about 60 riders, and they're going to start getting faster and faster as they go along the way. We just rang the first bell for $250. Marcos Mendez, the Argentinian rider, picking up that money. Rest of the riders now vying for position. A lot of tactics and strategy taking place right now.
So two riders, which is pretty rare from the same team, which is Cadence Cycling Team.
Check. 1, 2.
That team out of Texas picking up national champions. Luke Fetzer in that Stars and Stripes jersey, winning the under-23 national champions.
And then Lucas Burgoyne on the same team coming back and winning the U.S. Pro title. Those are your two riders in the Stars and Stripes jersey, and so you are lucky. They just won those titles yesterday, picking up that national championship. One thing to keep in mind is that this probably will be the only race where you're going to see both riders wearing the national champions jersey together.
How cool is it to see two fresh Stars and Stripes national champs jerseys after just winning them last night, or yesterday, literally. In the field today, two fresh Stars and Stripes jerseys. I think that is so cool to see. You know, fresh off their wins just literally yesterday, all the way from West Virginia to Winston-Salem today. I think that's amazing for them to show up and represent.
I think that's a Blazers rider. It might be Brody McDonald sitting on the front right there. Will Harden sitting in second position, second place at the Athens Twilight Criterium. A little bit of bad luck for Legion of Los Angeles at the National Championship with Danny Summerhill and Ty Magner crashing in a late lap crash, about 4 laps to go at the National Championship. Danny Summerhill supposedly is racing with a broken wrist. They drove the 5 hours up here, so he definitely didn't want to miss out on having an opportunity to be able to do the ride here. And that's that Stars and Stripes jersey of Luke Fetzer. He's the under-23 national champion. In the meantime, it's a whole different set of riders on the attack, trying to be able to go up the road. Will Harden, Richard Holick, the rider out of Czechoslovakia, sitting in second position in that green jersey. It might be Tyler Williams that had made it up there. Alarm bell should be going off. 6 riders right now with a good chance to be able to form a breakaway.
All right, so you do have Tyler, Frankie. Tyler is back in the south. I welcome him back down here, and Robin Carpenter. You've got Robin Carpenter, Shayna, and you've got Danny Summerhill. And those two guys are lights out fast, but they've got a tall task to will against. Well, let's talk about that. You just talked about coming off the mountain, 3-hour drive down after winning the national championship. You're kind of floating, aren't you, as a racer? You didn't get any sleep, and you don't care. You're here to win again. What do you feel like that would feel like? Not more than 24 hours coming off of winning a pro national championship, and then tonight possibly winning a national series back-to-back.
Honestly, I think it all makes it a little bit easier knowing that you are literally fresh off of a national champs win and, you know, already repping these stars and stripes. I think that gives them a little bit of extra boost going into today, and they might not actually notice the fatigue in their legs as much because of that boost that they got already.
It's very reminiscent of, like, if you're in the overall leader's jersey, that gives you, like we call it in cycling, wings. You float when you race because you have that confidence that you're doing well, and you feel like you can respond to anything at any time. And I think what you said about, he's got the confidence. And Lucas races with it. Interesting, when I was interviewing him, what the interview I did over there, Shayna, was nothing what Lucas is like. He is like straight up cowboy, pistolero, shooting, high-fiving the fans. So watch the transition as we get into later in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really exciting race, and I think similar to what we saw in the women's race, I think we're going to start seeing riders. I mean, we're already seeing riders kind of already popped off of the back, and you know, the race is kind of over for being popped off that soon for certain riders, but I think we're going to consistently be seeing that throughout the men's race today, kind of like in the women's.
Speaking of which, I had a conversation with Hot Tubes Matthew Crabb, and I was like, he's 16, he's on the front of a very big race. He's like, Matthew, just have fun. And he looked at me and he was like, oh yeah, I'm 16, I'm supposed to be having fun. So it's interesting to see even the 16-year-olds have a little trepidation in a race like this, and clearly already sitting near the front, so he's a lot more confident, and maybe it's just something to keeping it simple. Just race your bike. Go have fun like a group ride.
I think it really is that simple sometimes, especially if you're a 16-year-old. You know, for any young kid, I think the most important thing is just keep it fun.
All right, guys, a point sprint on the next lap. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 on the next lap.
But now since I live in Knoxville, searching right now, okay, yeah, they used to do all of this camp. I don't know if they're doing it as much anymore, but that was
Five-rider breakaway starting to be able to form as well. Now, the key to a breakaway has to be not only the right riders, it has to be the right team. Everybody wants somebody represented in the front. So right now, Legion of Los Angeles has somebody. Blazers has somebody. Kingdom of Light, Bikers Fighting Team, and Winston-Salem all represented in the front. So a little bit later on, we'll figure out who's missing. And it's Cadence that doesn't have somebody up there. And your under-23 national champion, Luke Fletcher, now trying to be able to go across the gap.
Did he like the term California King or Surfer Boy better during Speed Week?
For me, I like California King, but maybe it's even more important, what does Luke Fletcher like? Now, currently, Luke Fletcher is 85 points back on Lucas Burgoyne in the overall. They're both on the same team, sitting in first and second. So we're going to be able to wait to be able to see what happens, because this is going to be points. We ring the bell, so it's going to be points on the line. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Points available. So pick up maximum points from number 28. That is going to be Juan Pablo Zapata. And right behind there is Robin Carpenter and Gregory Santi Zapata. So Santi out of Team Winston-Salem is the rider that made it up there, along with Luke Harris, Brody McDonald, and then Tyler Williams. Rest of the riders coming through. Gotta watch out for Robin Carpenter. Super strong rider. He definitely wants to be able to do the breakaway. Going back to last year is Alfredo Rodriguez that won in 2024. 2023 was won by Simon Daniels. Tyler Williams was second, and he's here at this race. Alfredo Rodriguez, insane rider, won in 2022. And then going back to 2021 when he had 2 days of racing, it was Wolfgang Brandl, the German rider, picking up the win. And then it was Spencer Movenzada winning on day number 2. Our leaders aren't waiting around. They've got their head down trying to be able to make this work. Fetcher continues to be able to ride in the front, trying to be able to bring it back. Can one rider bring back 5 riders? That's the question. That's a tough task for anybody that's out there in the bike race.
Almost like stuck in no man's land. And I've been there myself many times, and it's the hardest spot to be in a race like this.
Kind of goes back to the original conversation about the women's race. Protecting the overall and getting the win. And all these riders right now that are up the road, they're more interested in the win. And Will Hardin, boy, would he love to win here in Winston-Salem. He was second in Athens, and I think he was happy but also upset about it. Because Will's worked so hard to have results, and he just keeps getting blindsided with the inopportunity to be able to win. This course actually suits him a little bit more than, say, some other ones. And Burgoyne just got flicked right there, trying to go around. He realized some danger is starting to go up the road. All right, we're going to do a $200 premium compliments of our good friends at Carolina's Pain Institute. On the next lap, we asked Shayna earlier about her thoughts. And Shayna, you said, preems weren't my thing. It was more about protecting my team. And if there was an opportunity at some point to get one, you would. But in this scenario, you'd probably lay back a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I mentioned, I've always been more of a conservative racer, but always with the team goal in mind, with particular rider going for the win and trying to protect them. And then with myself in the support mode, either giving a lead out or trying to get to a break, or both. However the race panned out. But yeah, I mean, if the opportunity presented itself, I would always be trying to go for a pre, like if I was up the road in a smaller group in the break. That's when I would typically go for pre's. But I think it's also fun to be the more aggressive rider. If that's your goal for the day, just to go for pre's, I think that's a fun way to race too.
And every team needs a Shayna, a glue person, somebody that can do a little bit of everything, help with the lead out for the sprinter or bridge across to a break. So yeah, your significance in the sport is understated because there are so many racers in the peloton that are just like you that do that. All right, so we're going to do a $200 pre, compliments of Riazzi, Ryan, and Swain. $200 cash pre for the win of the next net. And in a bit. So Nick out of the Charlotte area, followed by Heinlein. So Johnny, obviously for Team Winston-Salem. Tyler Williams has been near the front, and Arango. All right, Tyler Williams, Frankie. He's kind of been in and out of the USACRITS scene, but he did pretty good at Athens, and now he's here in Winston for Blazers. Actually, I think this is the biggest number of Blazers has had this whole series.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Tyler Williams, I believe he was top 6 at national championships yesterday. So he had a pretty good ride at the national championships. It all comes down to a lot of it is positioning. He might have even been 4th now that I'm thinking about it. I have to go back and check the results. But either way, a great result from Tyler Williams. Look at the Colombian riders on the attack right now. Tyler Williams just letting him go as the Colombian riders try to be able to pick up that cash. Going around the final 2 turns, a glance behind him and nobody is there. Bring him in, Winston-Salem. Here's your $200 cash winner.
Ka-ching!
He liked that. He liked that.
Juan Arango. He's like, yeah, that's my money. All right, protest period is open for the ladies. And Frankie, I am going to do you a solid. I texted you yesterday. Here we go. So for the men in the national championships, it was Burgoyne, McGill, Simmons, Carpenter. So Robin is here. He got 4th. Will Harden got 5th. Michael Garrison got 6th. And Tyler Williams 7th in the national championship.
So
what?
5 out of the top 7 are here in Winston-Salem. I mean, a lot of riders came from the national championships. They did not want to be able to miss out on this fantastic race. All part of Gears and Guitars. Many of these riders have raced this race before. They know it by tradition, they know it by history, and they love it coming year after year here to Winston-Salem.
Definitely a strong field today. Without any people from the top 7 to 10 yesterday and here today, I think it's going to make for a really exciting race. And honestly, it's hard for me to predict right now who I would place my bets on for the win today, but should have a better idea here in a bit.
Yeah, I agree. 75-minute race. There's definitely going to be. Although this race course, you would think that it leads itself to a lot of breakaways. But in the men's race, we really, well, check that. In the women's race as well, we just really haven't had a lot of breakaways here. We've had some that have kind of stuck and ebbed and flowed, but this course you would have think would have split everybody up. But we'll find out.
I think it's more of what you would call an attritional type race than like a course that's like very suited for a breakaway rider. I think it's common to see breaks try to go on a course like this, but I think honestly, with how hard it is, and from personal experience, I think it's just all about attrition and hanging on for as long as you can and maintaining your position.
Fight for position, hold position, work for position. Speaking of position, that is Danny Summerhill, and oh, by the way, Danny raced last night and got top 10. Now he's here in Winston-Salem, and in the conversation with him before the race with Frankie and I, he's like, oh yeah, the EMS told me I have a broken wrist when he got here after racing last night. So it's like, we're going to have to put him together with duct tape and zip ties by the end of the series.
That is pure resilience. I'm very
A wrist. Can you imagine racing with a collarbone maybe, but a broken wrist? And the EMS told him, said, yep, I think you got a broken wrist.
I can't say I've ever personally done a race with a broken wrist or a broken bone period, but yeah, hats off to him. He's a tough one.
With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app and start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
And one rider we could talk about Nick and Innovet, he has actually been really solid over the couple of races that he's done.
Surfing is about being in communication with the ocean.
Across eyeball.
Presented by Papa
Meet Jonathan Thompson, an international travel writer on a mission to discover the most dynamic adrenaline-fueled destinations on the planet. Join Jonathan as he explores the world's best adventure cities.
Also a very well-rounded rider, and lots of experience of racing under his belt. Also a great breakaway rider. He can do a lot.
Should they try to be more?
bit of a gap formed off of those first few guys. But the group in the back is not letting up at all. Great setup by Danny Summerhill. And he's still going. He is pulling away. He does have quite an impressive track background. I've personally seen him race on the track in person at events I've also competed at, and he is amazing on the track as well. So he is also a good rider to have you as a person to work with in that front group. These front four are motoring off the front, still holding a good pace, but it looks like things are starting to maybe come back a little bit in the back.
cycling team. The multicolored jersey coming out of Colombia. Continue to be able to be on the attack. Winston-Salem, Will Harden in the front right now. Will Harden, a super strong rider, loves to be able to get into the breakaway. That's exactly what he did at Criterium. Ended up lapping the field. Him and another rider went so hard, they ended up going around and catching everybody. We're getting to be able to ring the bell for our mid-race points. Ringing the bell, mid-race points, mid-race points. Mid-race points, mid-race points. 5 places deep, 10-7, 5-3.
And things might all be together right now, but I think it's only a matter of time before we see another smaller group roll off the front and form a little bit of a breakaway. I think there's still plenty of racing left, so I think we have a lot to see still.
Some riders want to be able to sit in, they want to save their legs for the sprint. Other riders need to attack and try to be able to get into the breakaway. That might have been handicap.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app and start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
It's all for science. An unreal feeling to get lifted up by 4 floors. That is pretty cool.
presented by Capital One REI.
Meet Jonathan Thompson, an international travel writer on a mission to discover the most dynamic adrenaline-fueled destinations on the planet. Join Jonathan as he explores the world's best adventure cities.
Welcome back right now. It's been a pretty elite group. Starting to be able to go up the road. Shannon looks like Luke Fetzer. He won that in a sprint. He outsprint his fellow rider to be able to win that. So I guess he's as strong as he is fast.
Yeah, Luke is just an anomaly. I mean, the California King surfer dude, whatever you want to call it. But this kid at under 23 years old, he is going for some serious, and I mean some serious contract. So Fetzer right now, and Shayna, to be honest with you, she talked about it. When you're wearing a national championship jersey, you have this kind of weightless feeling until the reality comes in. And Luke has been racing like a rock star this entire year. Now he's your current U23 champion, and he's getting up the road with his teammate leading the overall. Like the perfect scenario for Team Cadence. Yeah, your U23 national champion Luke Fetzer for Team Cadence has now gone up the road, and he is forcing a massive chase. The kid's on adrenaline and probably Red Bull right now, and winning a national championship. When it comes to Somerville on Monday, these kids are going to fall dead from tire. I remember when I was under 23. No, actually, I don't. And Frankie, you talked about it. That is a big group that are trying to chase across to Luke Fetzer. I would say that this is your move, but it's really not. Too many riders, I think, in this group. Looks like Carpenter's gotten across. Fetzer's trying to chase him down. Will Hardin right now, Frankie, trying to do work. So this is essentially the heads of state with 18 laps left to go. Oh. Yeah, don't catch him too fast, but I don't think this group is going to stay intact. There's going to be multiple iterations of this race as it happens. Here comes Fetzer up the road with 17 laps left to go, and here comes a formidable chase. All right, so it's Williams, Para, Heinlein, Summerhill, Mendez, Gomez, and Roldan. So that's my apologies. That's John Heinlein. That's a stout group, Frankie, but I don't think that's going to stay together. There's too many similar type of racers in that group. Weird. Yeah, so Summerhill and both Robin Carpenter have made it across. Nope. And it looks like Marcus Mendez has made it across, and he has. I just think this group is too big. Who's left to chase? I don't know. I don't like it. Watch for the counterattack now. There is bound. It has been lights out fast the past couple laps, and we're going to get a counterattack in a second. And the counterattack, Shayna, wasn't really a counterattack. You talked about him earlier. Robin Carpenter is the Swiss Army knife of bike racing, and now he's brought the group back and he's counterattacking. And the two riders that are on the front were teammates last year, Tyler Williams and Robin Carpenter. And that's such a weird dynamic, being teammates and then combatants in the next year. But these guys are pros. That's what they're here to do. And Tyler Williams is the wild card. He had a pretty good race last night, as Frankie said. And Tyler can win this race just as easy as everybody else. But Team Winston-Salem has said, nada, not tonight, nothing. We're going to attack and try to bridge. So we've got Mendez, Arango, and Hardin now trying to slip away.
Marcos Mendez, a very strong rider. He's just kind of hanging back in that red and white. So Marcos Mendez coming out of Argentina is in the red and white. He looks like he's struggling, but Mendez isn't the type of rider to struggle on a course like this. Will Hardin now driving it. He's the rider racing for Team Winston-Salem on the front in the red and green. Jordan Parra, one of the fastest sprinters in the race. He's lightning quick in the final 200 meters as he glances over his shoulder and realizes they have about a 5-second gap. One thing to keep in mind is that rider on the front getting ready to be able to come around the... He's in the red and white. He just won our last USA Crit race. The winner from Omaha in the red and white with foundation, now finding himself in the breakaway. And he beat in a sprint Lucas Burgoyne, which is that national champion in the Stars and Stripes jersey. Juan Arango, that's in that front group, coming out of Colombia. Mendez coming from Argentina, and then Will Harden from the US of A. So Legion of Los Angeles doesn't have anybody in that front group. Those are the riders in the dark blue. What about the riders in the purple jerseys? Kingdom Elite, they don't have anybody in that front group. Cadence Cyclery, the riders in green, they have missed out on the break as well. So this could be the downfall if 3 or 4 teams who don't have somebody represented in the front, if they get together, they could bring this group back. That's green jersey of Cadence now riding on the front, trying to be able to keep a little bit of tempo, trying to prevent the gap from getting too big. But man, check. There we go. I'm not sure if that camera angle is deceiving with the distance from the breakaway to the main group. But again, they're spread out across the road. Right now it's a poker game. Everybody's waiting for somebody else to do the work. Who will end up doing the chasing? Here's your leaders with 13 to go. Cheer them on. 13 laps to go. 13 laps to go. Clock is reading at about 51. Counting it down right now, waiting to see our leaders or our chasers come by. That is going to be a 12-second gap. 3 riders up the road, gap 12 seconds, 12-second gap. Those riders in the front working together right now. They're on different teams, but they need to cooperate. How long does that cooperation last? At what point does it break down where they have to start figuring out trying to be able to win the race for themselves? Once again, waiting. If we get down to about 8 laps to go, we could have a team come onto the front trying to be able to bring this down. It was only 12 seconds last lap. So waiting to be able to see if it's still going to sit like that. So last lap officially was a 14-second gap. Waiting for them to be able to come by. Hey, for all of our pro women, make sure to return your transponders. Pro women, make sure to return your transponders. Please head over to registration to return your transponders. Gap's going up. It was sitting at about 14 seconds.
Program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app and start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Would you use one of these bike wheels to replace your flat trailer tire? It's all for science. I had an unreal feeling to get lifted up by 40 kilos. That is pretty cool.
Meet Jonathan Thompson, an international travel writer on a mission to discover the most dynamic adrenaline-fueled destinations on the planet. Join Jonathan as he explores the world's best adventure cities.
Surf's up, y'all. Get ready for splashes and crashes as I try to ride tasty waves with pro surfer Cassie Meta.
Surfing is about being in communication with the ocean.
Across eyeball.
We got our 3 breakaway riders coming around. When they come around, it's going to be 10 laps to go. I'm still waiting for a team to commit themselves to try to be able to chase down our 3 leaders. What an incredible ride right now. Cheer them on, Winston-Salem. Here they come. It's 10 laps to go. Ring the bell. Field Preem, Field Preem. $100 Field Preem, $100 Field Preem, Field Preem, Field Preem. Field Preem, $100 Field Preem, $100 Field Preem. Now the chase is on. Look at the difference in the shape of the group. Look how it's strung out into one long line. Look at the way they're attacking on the uphill. They are going flat out. They have just closed down a 15-second gap in 3 turns. It's all brought back together. And guess what? Chad, Robin Carpenter, Legion of Los Angeles. He went so hard, he almost came across that whole gap by himself, not bringing anybody by. Lucas Burgoyne has got into there right now. So you're your overall leader of the USA Crit Series, your current professional national champion. Man, look at Winston-Salem sitting in the back. That's Santee. Santee is complaining, trying to be able to get a few more of the Winston-Salem teammates to get up there. And you can see them, they have a pretty good representation. There's about 5 riders in the red, white, and green that are all in that front group.
My theory is that Team Winston-Salem and John Hamlin, the team director, is like, we are not going to sit back. We are not going to let these racers, they're in our hometown. We're going to find a way to win. So they're going to start throwing every piece of asset that they have in the front of this bike race with Danny Summerhill broken-handed off from Legion trying to chase the back. To say this is slightly stochastic would be an understatement. 100, what? Oh, Danny's what? Danny won money. All right. So you got Mendez, Carl. Orlando, Carpenter.
Riders all brought back together. That was 15 seconds. You saw how quickly, if a team becomes committed and they want to be able to bring it back, there's a lot of fresh legs that came to the front and they reeled it back in. It was the right riders. It was just missing a couple of the correct team. And Legion of Los Angeles, Robin Carpenter drilling it on the front. Danny Summerhill now finds himself on the front. Bad crash yesterday at the National Championships. Danny Summerhill, the rider in the dark blue jersey. He's got his wrist all wrapped up. Supposedly he's racing with a broken wrist. Either way, it is hurt. He's injured, and he still wanted to come and race here in Winston-Salem.
Yep, all the big teams at the front. That's how you know that it's getting down to the wire with only several laps to go. Brian Gomez coming off a bad crash earlier this year in February. He was out training on the roads. A motorcycle went to pass cars and ended up hitting him head on. Ended up breaking his hand, had to have surgery, ended up missing about 4 weeks of training. One of the most aggressive and strongest Criterium riders, getting a slow start to the season. Traveling back and forth from Columbia, the rider in the purple jersey. Now the hand feeling better, the wrist feeling better. He recovered from surgery. Now trying to be able to win here in Winston-Salem as Gomez is on the attack. Sounds like it suits him well, and it's the perfect finish, so I'd say that he's definitely one to watch for right at the line.
Zapata, Mendez, Carpenter, Castaneda, the group keeps going and going and going, and you have Barbosa, Gomez, and Arango now. Gotta give it to Juan Arango. Juan has been vigilant and being in every move.
We have 3 riders off the front now. Little bit of a gap.
As we're ringing a bell, $240 preem, $240, $240 preem, $240 preem.
Top 5 in that point sprint would be Jamie Castaneda, Juan Arango, Travis Clayton, Steven Polanco, and Gabe Porterfield. He just has to keep his head down and just go. And then he's got it. It's going to be very close. Barely held on to that one.
Away. What's your fancy?
For me personally, it depends on the race and it depends on the group, I would say. But typically, I would probably say a late race breakaway.
So you're gonna okay. So this race, where are you gonna go? The late race breakaway or a field sprint between everybody?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think. Oh man.
I think there's too many interested
Yeah.
parties, and it's going to be a field sprint.
I think it will come down to a sprint, kind of like how it did with the women's field.
And the ladies' race, right? Exactly. Good point. Looks like Keenan Elite's trying to break things up, and everybody right now is on full alert. Heightened senses in the last race of the USACRITS here in beautiful Winston-Salem. Now, biker cycling team, followed by Team Cadence. Right now, if you're not fighting for position at the front of the bike race, you're doing yourself a disservice. And you hear everybody say, move up. Well, guess what? If you could move up, you would. You're probably in the spot you're at right now in this bike race because you just simply can't fight the top riders for the top 10 spots.
And going into 3 laps to go, this is the point in the race where you're going to want to be in the place that you want to be with your teammates. And if you're not by this point, it's going to be unlikely you're going to be able to get up there.
And looky. As we speak, the biker cycling team has now come to the front for a lead out with 3 laps left to go. What they're going to do is they're going to navigate around each other and Ryder will down and jump in. Followed by Arango, followed by Marte, followed by Castaneda. Boy, they are setting up Jordan Power right now. Very interesting to see. Tell us a little bit about Cena, what a lead out is. What does that mean in the sport of bicycle racing?
Typically, there's a structure within each team, so each team has their designated rider you're leading out, your sprinter, in most cases in Criterium. So you have a person in each position, ideally, whether it's 3, 4, 5 riders, and usually with at least several laps to go is when you'll start to see that kind of organization happening up at the front of the group. People just being in the right spot within their team line, in that lead out line, I guess I should say. Each person basically does their pull at the front for X amount of time, or for 1 lap or half a lap, or whatever their job is to do on that day. And then they'll pull off and let the next teammate come forward. They'll do their turn for X amount of time. And it just follows that same kind of routine through each rider in that team. And then ultimately you want to time it to whether it's the second to last turn or the last turn, or on like a final straight, if it's a longer straight, you want to see your sprinter coming around that final lead out rider and then sprinting it out for the win.
It's kind of like when we send a rocket up into space. You have the first fuel cell to burn off, and then the second fuel cell will burn off, and then the fourth, and then eventually we're going to launch the thing into orbit. That's kind of what the teams hope to do. It's like a space rocket.
Exactly.
All right, Frankie, we're going to do a Gambler Prix. Gambler Prix on the second to the last lap. All right, Frankie, we're at the business end of this thing. Today is the second column. Walker Ross is going to ring the final bell for Carolina Pain Institute.
Riders right now trying to be able to win that $250. It's called the Gambler Prix because how much effort do you do to win the money and sacrifice your chances at winning the bike race? It's called the Gambler Prix. Wait and be able to see what's going to happen. Hey, a big thank you once again to Riazzi, Rhine, and Swaim Investment Group, Center for Clinical Research, Carolina Pain Institute, and Flow Automotive, all bringing the Gears and Guitars race right here to Winston-Salem as the Colombians are all over the front. Jaime Castaneda, the rider out of Colombia, currently sitting 3rd overall. He's only 20 points from 2nd. Luke Fetzer, that's the rider they're trying to be able to pass. He's the rider currently wearing the Stars and Stripes jersey, the under-23 national champion. And watch out for the overall USA Crit leader, Lucas Burgoyne. He's wearing that Jack Rue leader's jersey, a multicolored in a blue, purple, and orange. Currently fighting for position about 5 riders back, maybe 6 riders back. Looking for a few. One to go, one to go, one to go. Last lap, look at the speed that is picked up. Right now, going almost 30 miles an hour. Our race is underway. Robin Carpenter winning one of our USA Crit races in College Park. A little glance over, he starts the coast, saving the legs a little bit. College Park winner, Carpenter, a tactician. Look at him, he's gambling. Huge cojones right now as they're trying to be able to chase him back. It's Biker Cycling Team coming after him. Winston-Salem, now's your time. Make your way to the barriers. Arango going flat out on the downhill. Robin Carpenter with a glance. Look at that 3rd position. Jordan Parra right now sitting in a great position. Can the Colombian hold him off? Here comes Arango. Carpenter, and it's Juan Arango. No. What an incredible ride. The Colombian getting the lead out from the Biker Cycling Team. Juan Arango winning the sprint here in Winston-Salem. Unofficially, Jordan Parra, biker cycling team, finishing up in third, and Legion of Los Angeles, Robin Carpenter in second, as these guys were flat out risking it all around the final 2 turns to be able to have their chance at victory.
All right, don't forget, we're going to get our riders back here. We've got 2 podiums. The overall right here in the small stage, and then we're going to head down before the main show. And here's your guitars to the main stage to do our presentation there. 2 podiums coming up now.
Hey, Winston-Salem, stick around as we have our podium coming up. Hopefully everybody had a great time. Hey, Winston-Salem, what'd you think of that bike race? Flat out, that's what took place right there. I'm not sure where.
All right, we're going to get everybody towards the podium real quick. And also, if you are a male finisher or not, please take your kind of tips back to registration.
exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase...
Hey, as a reminder, make sure to return your transponders. Riders, make sure to return your transponders. If you head up to registration, you can return your transponders, get those things cut off, as we're getting ready for our podium for our top three with our pro women and then our pro men coming up in 2 minutes.
Start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Do you really bike wheels to replace your flat trailer tire? It's all for science. It's an unreal feeling to get lifted up by 4 floors. That is pretty cool.
Meet Jonathan Thompson, an international travel writer on a mission to discover the most dynamic adrenaline-fueled destinations on the planet. Join Jonathan as he explores the world's best adventure cities.
Surf's up, y'all. Get ready for splashes and crashes as I try to ride tasty waves with pro surfer Cassie Metter.
Surfing is about being in communication with the ocean.
I saw its eyeball.
Center for Clinical Research, Carolina Pain Institute, and Flow Automotive. Center for
Once again, as a reminder, riders, you can return your chips. You can do it right here, return your transponders, or go to registration and return your transponders. Nine days of racing here at the USACRITS Series. The 16th year as Gene Dixon has continued to put on one of the premier Criterium series in the United States. Traveling starting off in April down in Addison, Alabama on race number 1, and then traveling throughout the Southeast and finishing up with our finals right here in Winston-Salem. Like to be able to start off on the day with our top 3 here at the 2025 championships. Like to be able to start off in 3rd, or riding for Piedmont University. Please welcome to the podium, Erica Carney. Finishing up in 2nd, riding for the Legion of Los Angeles, Laurel Rathbun. And coming back and winning once again at one of her favorite races. Please welcome for Virginia Blue Ridge, this is Marlies Mejias Garcia. Flowers to our winners. Everybody go on up and give them the flowers. Amazing race for amazing women. Now, Marlies, stay up there. You guys all stay up there. We're going to present our winner's jersey to Marlies Mejias, as we're going to present that Jack Crew winner's jersey here in Winston-Salem. And one of our unique prizes from Sunnyside Mill Works. Look at that. The guitar with our gears and guitars. These are your 3 champions on the day. Now the final piece of the puzzle, the presentation of champagne. Once again, the celebration continues with our champagne. Marlies Mejias, Laurel Rathbun, and Erica Carney. These are your 1, 2, and 3. Moving on. Moving on to our overall for our top 3. 9 races down. In third place, please welcome from Kingdom Elite, Shannon Koch. In second place, Izzy Harden. Izzy was, oh, here she comes. Yeah, Izzy, like we've never done the podium before. Team Flicker, team out of Austin coming in. Team out of Athens, Georgia, sorry, coming in. Izzy, oh, of course you're talking, chit-chatting away. Second place overall here at the USA Crit Series. And your winner, coming out of Cuba, please welcome from Kingdom Elite in the purple jersey. This is your winner, Ailina Quevedo. Ailina winning 2 of our USA Crit races and continuing to be able to get points one after another. As here's your top 3 overall after 9 races. And then finally being presented with the very last Jack Rue overall leaders jersey, Thad Fisher from USA Crits. Final piece of the puzzle, zipping up the jersey. Your 2025 overall USA Crits champion, Ailina Quevedo. Like to be able to bring up third place overall in our D1 teams. Legion of Los Angeles, Laurel, come on back up. Legion of Los Angeles with Laurel Rathburn for our representative for overall for our D1 teams overall class. Third. In second place, like to be able to bring up the whole team of the green jerseys. It's going to be Team Flicker. Team Flicker, the green jerseys coming out of Athens, Georgia. Legion of Los Angeles coming out obviously from California. And what about if we welcome your number 1 D1 teams coming out of Florida, the purple jerseys of Kingdom Elite.
I don't know if you have them here. There you go. Thank you.
Celebrations all around and thank yous as these guys get lined up for a final picture here celebrating. All smiles because the racing is done for our USA Crit Series as we move on to the second part of our racing season. Once again, congratulations, Kingdom Elite, Legion of Los Angeles, and Team Flicker.
All right, we're going to now We're going to move on to our men's top 3. In third place, ladies and gentlemen, for Biker Cycling Team, welcome Jordan Para. In second place, for Legion of Los Angeles, please welcome Robin Carpenter. And your Gears and Guitars Winston-Salem Cycling Classic best rider of the day for Biker Cycling Team, please welcome Juan Arango. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you your top 3. Now to present, of course, the Kaminsky's going to present the flowers from our national team member, Lauren Kaminsky and crew. Now, Dr. Rauch is to present, are we doing the jersey first? All right, we're going to do the Jack Rue Winston-Salem Cycling Classic winner jersey. All righty, we're ready. There's your jersey, Juan. Yep, go ahead. Oh, can you do 2 things at once, Juan? Jordan's going to do the, hey, consummate domestique, Jordan Parra. Give it over, says Juan. Juan Arango, your champion here in Winston-Salem Gears and Guitars. And here is the sticky stuff. And everybody scrams. We don't have any rookies here in Winston-Salem. Weldon, our professional photographer, is going to get in there really close. Unscathed again. Robin, how's that going to feel on Monday when you're climbing the mountains in West Virginia? There, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together again for our top 3 here in Winston. All right, we need Jaime, Luke, and Lucas. This is your top 3 for the entirety of our USACRITS series. After our last race here in Winston-Salem, I would like to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, in third place overall, Jaime Castaneda. All right, in second place, ladies and gentlemen, if we could just find him, we're not sure where he is. Ladies and gentlemen, get off me, Luke. Luke Fetzer for Team Cadence, second place overall. And your overall champion, ladies and gentlemen, for Team Cadence, please welcome Lucas Burgoyne. There is your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Now to present the jersey for USACRITS, Thad Fisher, as your overall champion, going to don the Jack Rue Leaders jersey for the final time here in Winston. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you your top 3 again. Jaime Castaneda, Luke Fetzer, and your champion for Team Cadence, Lucas Burgoyne. Thank you, gents. Be careful, and now we're on to our teams. And this is the final presentation before we move down to the main stage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in your team competition, Your third place team, please welcome Foundation. Where's Foundation? There they are. Here comes the crew. Your second place overall team, please welcome Biker Cycling Team. Man, we've got a heavy dose of Latinos in that podium right there. Matter of fact, I think all of them are. How wonderful is that? The burgeoning aspect. And then here come the Yanks. Ladies and gentlemen, your overall team winners, please welcome Team Cadence Cycling, presented by Encore Wire. Once again, your overall leaders in the team description. All right, you guys, if you'll do a 180, we're going to head down to the main stage and do a presentation, and then we're going to turn on the switchfoot. So, for here at the finish line, my name is Chad Andrews for Frankie Andreu and Shayna Paulus. We'll see you guys down on the main stage. All right, turn your timing chips into registration. To jump out of the turn. Can Radman come around? And no, it is going to be all blue.
Just kind of hanging back in that red and white. So Marcos Mendez coming, and Legion of Los Angeles, Robin Carpenter drilling it on the front. Danny Summerhill. Last lap.
Look there, and it's Juan Arango.
No, close.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app and start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Could you use one of these bike wheels to replace your flat trailer tire? It's all for science. There's an unreal feeling to get lifted up by 4 floors. That is pretty cool.
Meet Jonathan Thompson, an international travel writer on a mission to discover the most dynamic adrenaline-fueled destinations on the planet. Join Jonathan as he explores the world's best adventure cities.
Surf's up, y'all. Get ready for splashes and crashes as I try to ride tasty waves with pro surfer Cassie Metter.
Surfing is about being in communication with the ocean.
I saw a tie ball.